Good evening, happy Friday, and thank you for joining us here at The Meta is Futile presents The Risen War. We are continuing our tale in our homebrew world, Ulivar's history of the Risen War between Mad King Morvain and pretty much everybody else. The dude sucked pretty hard, honestly. As always, with us at the table tonight is Jade, playing Boffin Barrow, Rye, playing Marius Lamond. Yes, you handsome devil. Blue, who is our eponymous Edwin. I don't remember what that word means. Actually, I shouldn't have used it. Rose, playing Soliana.
Hello.
And Zen, playing Galenian Falk. Story so far, we have traveled from the city of Gatewatch, which was under siege from a surprise attack by undead shock troops, spent the night at the Lamont farm, walked down the King's Road, saw a bunch of refugees, stayed at Latha's treehouse for a night, raised the alarm there, continued on, found a dude who was looking rather suspicious, or as the kids these days, in the parlance of the youth, were super sus, bro. Fought the old man, who was a necromancer. Went to Lothiel, where they found the captain of the guard, told their story to him, took a bath, did some shopping, saw a dragon. Normal Tuesday things, really.
Still have questions.
Applied for college.
Applied for college, as one does. And traveled on west towards Tol Mineth, the ultimate goal being Tol Duram, to explain to those that are in charge in Tol Duram the events that happened at Gatewatch. In Tol Mineth, our party decided to take a rest at a tavern. It was very quickly.
We did not get to do that.
Didn't even get the appetizer before there was a cry for help from the basement. Our heroes, we'll call them heroes for now,
We did heroically go to help instead of just eating our meal.
Exactly, they heroically went in to help.
You didn't even give.
And, well, perhaps it could have been not heroically because they might have not gotten fed if they didn't. Charged headfirst.
Oh, probably not.
Charged headfirst into danger and saved two innocent civilians from giant, strangely intelligent spiders in the basement. However, that was not without loss. Boffin, Barrow, and Galenian Falk are currently in terrible condition. While they are alive, they are under the baleful effects of the spider's venom for, well, we don't know how long. But we're going to find out. So, welcome. Hope you had a good week. Glad you're here. Let's get on started. As I find the right map.
There we are.
Bunch of dead spiders.
Yeah.
The spiders are indeed all dead.
Oof.
And two of us are down and out.
Soliana has used Cure Wounds on Gale, and Gale still isn't waking up, so Soliana's panicking a bit. And she's just like, this usually works, but she's not waking up.
You breathing?
I think, yeah?
Is he breathing?
I don't know.
Alright, let's just keep it calm. Let's just get him out of here, and we can find somebody that can help. First step is just getting him out of here. This is not...
Okay.
Well, it's not a hospital bed, I'll tell you that.
Soliana will, grab Gale, I guess.
Gonna be strong enough to get her?
I don't know.
I mean, Edwin will help.
Can you get the
Well,
little one?
can't go up.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, You can grab
Can you get Boffin?
him, right?
I'll get Boff and then in the bar in the lady.
All right, the lady is actually ambulatory now that the spiders are dead. She is making strange humming noises to herself and wandering out of the tunnel.
Okay, well then we're just gonna pick Boffin up by the scruff of his neck.
Right, you rip Boffin out of the webbing. Just there's a sickening, cracking, slurpy sound as you pull him out of the still slightly wet webs.
I hope that was just the webs and not him.
He's still got all 4 limbs, so
That's what matters.
Does he still have skin? Oh.
there's more pressing matters. Let's go.
Out first.
The sunlight not doing good.
Game's paused.
Game pause.
That's fine.
Yes,
As
we're gonna-
1, 2, 3.
as you leave the spider dug tunnels, the man that had previously been presumed dead is breathing, though shallowly. He is in much the same state of torpor as Gale and Boffin.
I don't know if all of us can get him and her, and
Well, where's the lady? I mean, she should probably get seen by people too.
she wandered out. Oh, there she is.
She wanders over, kind of in a daze, to the shelving, and grabs a bottle, and just kind of spacing out, starts walking up the stairs with it.
Okay, never
She'll be
mind.
fine. She'll be fine. For now.
You gonna be able to shoulder Gale on your own?
Yeah, I can get Gale on my own.
Okay. We'll just try to grab him, I guess.
All right. They
Just
are.
dragging them all out.
It does take a bit of doing. They are all completely dead weight.
Yay.
It's fine, he has at least +1.
But you do manage to do it.
Hey.
Oh.
Ooh.
Hey.
Ooh, nap.
As you come out
Hi.
to the top of the stairs, several of the other patrons rush to you to help manage them. The shell-shocked barmaid is gently guided over away, where she sinks to the floor and finally begins to process what's happened.
Yeah.
And how close she came to death. And yeah, that's about as pretty as she's weeping openly. As anybody would, considering the circumstances. The patrons immediately begin looking over the others.
Just set them on the tables. Careful now.
And they'll help you. They'll start shoving plates and stuff out of the way, following your instructions.
Is there an infirmary anywhere in town?
One of them will
Doctor?
Well, speak of course. I mean, it's a military town. There's going to be an infirmary.
Medic?
Excuse me.
If they got anything for spider bites, we'll need it.
How did spiders do this?
They were very big.
I'd say go check the tunnels yourself, but I highly do not recommend that because don't know how many are still in there.
So I'd leave the building.
Somebody just kind of looks at you, like slowly head turns towards you, Marius, and then closes
He's gonna turn.
the
It's like
door.
you're still standing there. Go.
He's just gonna close the door and then roll one of the barrels in front of it.
Has anybody started moving to get out of there?
There are people running. About that time, somebody who
Chop. Let's go. Come on.
about that time, two of the city watch burst in, spears drawn. They survey the scene a moment. You there. Point at Marius, as the standout purple one. What's going on here? What happened? There was trouble.
Oh, just a little pest control.
Little.
Might have a little bit of a spider problem.
Little.
What sort of a spider problem?
Big ones.
The large kind.
Down in the cellar, you
Those
can check
sorts
for
of spiders
yourselves,
don't come in this close.
They were there. They're down there.
They're dead.
You can check the corpses yourself. Don't know
Very
how
well.
deep those tunnels go, so don't go diving in them or.
There was at least one face spider.
There was.
So, glance, a very displeased glance up at you at those words, Edwin. They did not like to hear that.
You know what? They need to be informed.
The two guards will check on the vitals of the three injured. All right. Are you strong enough to take them to the tower?
Reckon
How
I am.
far? Yeah.
All right. You two, and they're going to point two civilians. Help them carry them to the tower. Show them where to go. And then they're going to head down into the tunnels.
Which one of y'all is the heaviest?
Not Boffin.
Yeah, I was gonna say Gale's got.
Stolian will
armor,
grab Boffin.
Like,
She could probably carry Boffin on her own.
so
Just put Boffin on her back.
Gale has the size. Boffin's probably got the density.
I mean, true.
I mean,
But that
Gale's
armor,
wearing
though.
armor, so.
Yeah, I was
Gale's
gonna say I
wearing
think the
armor.
armor.
Oh,
is
that
balancier.
would definitely tip it over.
Yeah. Soliana
Yeah.
will heft Boffin up on her back and
If someone will help put Marius on, or put Gale on Marius's back for a little piggyback ride.
All right.
and then someone's helping us bring.
Yes.
Okay. Edwin, yeah. Look, Edwin, you got help.
Good, because he is not strong enough to drag a grown ass man.
Just rolling him slowly.
Come on, Edwin. It's just an entire adult body.
He is used to carrying books.
Just think of them as fleshy books. With limbs.
No. Ew.
That wasn't a very good description.
No,
Cursed.
I mean, that's a lot of like necromancy books. They like to decorate for the flair.
That's partially right.
It's just a lot of necromancy.
I mean, it's a
put in
dried
trench coat.
skin usually, but you know.
We're gonna head off towards this tower.
Yeah,
All right.
to the
You
tower.
want to ask what kind?
You are led. Then the center of this ring of stone and trees is the great tower, the guard tower. You're led in, and considering the urgency of your movements and there's unconscious people on your backs, the crowds tend to part for you, such as they are. There's not a whole lot of people here, but the ones that are getting out of your way. The city watch, as you walk by, are rather concerned looking, and several of the soldiers, as you enter, will help kind of take on the burden of the victims. The tower itself is made of very finely carved stone, interlaced with tree motifs and held up by wooden beaming. The wooden beams are not carved from trees, but look like they're grown from trees. The area is fairly full of professional military. You're taken up to the second floor, up a gradual, rather than a staircase, a gradual sloping spiral that goes up the center of the tower. And in the infirmary, there are beds available there for you to put put Gale, Boffin, and the unnamed man onto. And immediately physicians begin fussing over them, and one of them looks at you. Or what do the spiders look like? What sort of spiders?
Well, one was a face blighter. The others were normal-ish, just very big. Brown.
Okay, so standard deep wood spiders. Got it. And you're gonna be like shooed out of the room. And the curtains drawn as they begin to work on the afflicted.
They'll be okay, right?
Probably.
One's a Grim Knight. I think she'll be fine. The other is a prince of halflings.
Well, halflings are pretty hardy.
Hardy folk.
He had to get into the King's Guard somehow, right?
I don't know what the qualifications are, but I would assume.
You touched one of them, he'll be fine.
They'll be fine. Just need a little R&R.
That man, I mean, we thought he was dead when we came in, but he looked like he was kind of coming to, so. I mean, I don't mean that they will be too, but they took more bites than he did, presumably. They'll be fine.
Spiders digging tunnels. You think somebody would have caught on to that by now?
I don't know, the tunnels weren't very big. I wonder if they were just coming along and popped out in the tavern?
Well, if they were in the place for a meal, they surely found they were in the right place, all right. Thankfully.
I mean, would Edmund maybe have any idea why?
Edwin can make a nature check.
All them books. You gotta know something.
One would honestly hope. Not his forte.
Edwin with a 14. You know that some spiders do burrow. And there are... I mean, Greymore has their own share of large spiders. Not this large. But it's not unheard of for large spiders to move about, especially if they're being spooked out of their normal habitat. By something infinitely scarier.
Yeah, fair.
Question is, what can scare something?
Yeah, I mean, we'll buy that logic if there's things lurking around and disturbing things underground that maybe they shouldn't. That could push them more towards people. Hypothetically.
Mm-hmm.
Can those tunnels then lead somewhere, or at least away from something?
Maybe.
Or possibly whatever drove him away.
Alright. As you discuss your spider problems in the atrium of the clinic, you are interrupted by a wood elf. She is injured in her own right, walking a little slowly, bandages of her own, but she looks a bit like this.
Yes. Nice. I mean, who's she? We have no idea.
Never seen her before.
Some weird looking elf, okay.
Weird looking elf.
Wow.
Wow.
First off,
I
Is
bully
it racist towards elves or racist towards wood elves
I bully
specifically?
because I love.
yeah, they're elves, but they're not.
It's not an
know.
elf, so. Not a wood.
Is a wood elf a real elf?
Why are they tree colored?
Is it more wood or more elf? Anyway.
Oh my goodness.
Ah.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Oh.
Are you
Pardon
lot
us?
just are you lot just with those who were brought in here?
Yes.
We brought them all the way over.
What happened?
Spiders burrowed underneath the.
Spiders.
Spiders.
Spiders don't normally come this. Spiders underground.
With a face
underground,
spider.
yes.
That's what you called it, right, Edwin?
She's gonna look over
Kind of
to
blue and white.
Edwin.
Blue and white, able to teleport. Hence the phasing.
Just gonna see her frown just kind of deepen.
Well, we can't teleport no more.
No, they're all very dead.
How many?
One of those and 3 other ones.
3 other ones, yeah.
Four. Right.
Bunch of batters, I'll say that. Bit my
How
leg
many of
hurt.
you were bitten? How many of you were bitten?
2.
3.
3.
3?
Yeah, he's just gonna show the bite mark on his leg.
He'll be in there too.
You should probably get that seen too.
Yeah, because then that means that there were 4 because the other guy. Marius, get in there.
Some unfortunate souls did get caught up by them spiders, so
Are they alive?
Yes.
Though consolable is a different.
Alive is alive.
Alive is alive.
Maybe now they'll start taking me seriously. Pardon.
Take you
These are-
serious?
Take you
Pardon.
seriously?
Isra Galarin, Thanon Rangers.
Oh. Solely on a
And-
big one.
She's gonna nod to Soliana and then look to Edwin.
Were you the one that was bit by the maybe bear?
I'd like your name first.
Right. Edwin and Loomis.
Pleasure. And you.
Mary's Lavamond from the Hill Thunder Swords. Sellsword.
Pleasure. To answer your question, yes, I am the one who was attacked by the bear. Undead bear, of all things.
Seems to be a lot of undead going around these days.
Why do you know why do you know that? Why do you ask if I was the one attacked?
We were told about it in Lothael.
Who told you?
Captain? Whose name I definitely remember.
Captain. Oh, so he knows.
Yes.
Maybe he'll listen.
Him.
I
He
mean,
was
a lot more people will hopefully be listening, yeah.
Yeah. It's a bit, How? Ew. They
She's
haven't
just kind
heard
of
out there.
she's just kind of standing there and just thinking, just muttering under her breath to herself.
Word hasn't reached this far out either then.
Word. About what?
About Gatewatch.
Gatewatch. What happened in Gatewatch?
overrun by undead.
You're gonna see her eye twitch a little bit, and she's just gonna kind of cock her head.
Completely
Undead
gone.
on the borders.
Mm-hmm.
On the
And within.
A little further in too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did any? Would you happen to know if any made it past Gatewatch?
We've run at least into one almost sort of an ambush.
An ambush. Where?
Is on the
It was before the city, before Lafayette,
before Lafayette.
along the road. They got one of your people too, the ranger.
At this, she's just gonna kind of just stiffen and look back up and just. Oh. How? Oh gods, how?
I mean, he had an ogre,
Pardon?
undead one.
Had an ogre. Not much left of him anyway anymore.
I need to sit down. She's gonna just kind of look for a chair and just. I believe I and you lot have more to talk about, so if you will please come with me so I can sit down before I fall down.
Falling ain't
Yeah,
good for
fair enough.
nobody.
I mean, you need a hand or anything?
Appreciate it, but I will be fine. As she walks over to a chair and just kind of flumps into it. So, Lathael's captain told you about me. Why?
He mentioned that a ranger had been talking about undead and had gotten attacked by a bear.
That is true. That is me. For all the damn good it's done me. Not a single one. Not a single. No one. No one heeded me. No one listened to me. And yet, now we've got spiders under TMiF. First they didn't believe it was the bear. Now they.
A lot of things a lot of people ain't believing these days.
Tell me about it.
People in Gatewatch were kind of camping out just outside the city, expecting it to blow over in a week.
They only wish.
Mm.
The way I've been seeing things, it's not going to be just a week. It's not going to blow over that quickly. These things have been ramping up for months. But no one
How long
believes
have
me.
you been trying to tell them that?
She just kind of stops and thinks and starts counting on her fingers.
Oh dear.
6 to 8 months. Quite honestly, I don't expect any of you to believe me either.
No, we
But
absolutely
since
do.
you've seen it yourself.
Yeah.
No, I came from Philemon.
She's just gonna kind of tilt her head and. So what are you doing all the way over here? If you're
Running.
running,
I mean,
running from
helping now.
Tell me, how many of you are from Greymore? How many of your group?
These two and... Oh, all of you are.
Pretty much.
And you're not?
Well,
I grew up in Cozy Hearth and Tolderum.
Ah. So you're one of that. So
Perhaps you're aware of the.
Valerian.
Perhaps you're aware of the Bagwin talent agency that has performances in Tolderum.
I have seen several productions over the course of my life. Yes.
Hmm. No, I think Marius is about the furthest into Valerian, and he's barely past Gatewatch.
Wasn't
I see.
Poppin saying he was from nearby there too?
I think so.
to be fair, I ain't spend a lot of time at home.
You said you were a sellsword. You typically, your sword typically doesn't.
No, I typically travel around with the merchant convoys. A little extra muscle, a bit of a deterrent.
Fair. Well, I've asked you what I need to know. Is there anything you would like to ask me since Captain Listaros sent you my direction?
Hmm.
You said you've been trying to warn people for 6 months. When did you kind of come across all of this?
Within the past year. All during this past year. It's not so much here, it's not so much this far in, but the borders. The Greymoor border has had me worried.
I assume it's a bit more than just a couple wandering undead.
Oh, it's much more than that. Animals have been coming further in where they normally don't. As
Plain
with the spiders, those don't come this far west.
Nope. They found their tunnels deep under one of y'all's place of businesses.
Great. Just great. I'm going to be giving my superior an earful over this. But
You certainly have more evidence now.
regains her composure. Yes. There is more evidence now. If only they'll send the other slayers out here to look at it. But as she regains her composure, other than the few undead wandering around, including the one that tore into me, I don't suppose any of you noticed how far the plant life has been going off by the border. How far in it's crept.
Don't reckon I do.
No.
Very well. But it has been. Things have been looking rotted or gnarled past their age, wilting during the growing season. It's all of it just smacks of an evil I don't like it.
Well, that makes
Question.
a fair bit of us in that boat.
Yes.
No, like above table question.
Okay.
Isra said 6 months.
6 to 8, yeah.
6 to 8, and that is a longer time period than when the prince showed back up, right?
No, he's been there for a year.
Oh, he's been there for a year.
That's
Crap,
correct.
you're right.
Yep.
Keep it.
I don't suppose any of you saw anyone sneaking about the woods or anything.
Other than
Besides,
the ambush, not really.
No.
So they are staying away from the roads at least. I advise you to do so. There have been strange, unfortunate-looking folk sneaking about the woods.
Hmm.
She'll just kind of hunch over, just I'm not entirely sure why they look as they do, but they don't look healthy. There's something twisted, corrupted about them.
Oh dear.
I think that sunshines and daisies, ain't it?
I don't know what to make of it, but they're not from Valerin. I know that much. And if they are, then some sort of evil has crept its way in and started hurting our own people.
That is a bit terrifying.
It is,
I mean,
isn't it? It should be
We've
cause
been
for concern.
told about all the elven tombs around Valerian.
Yes.
Is there any way to secure those more?
Why?
I mean, you have a necromancer king who probably wants to move into Valerian.
Just
She's
intuition.
just gonna lean forward and just kind of scrutinize you, Edwin. Greymoor's king.
Yeah.
A necromancer.
I mean, where do you think all this came from?
For all I knew, it was just some cult or a few rogue necromancers. But you're saying it's your king.
I mean,
And
have
he's
you
pushed-
heard what happened a year ago?
Vague rumors.
Bit more than just a cult.
Listen, I'm from Thanorn, which is southeast of here. I normally don't I'm normally not up this far northwest. However, my patrols put me closer to here, so when I was attacked, this is where I was brought. But the rumors from Greymore don't really trickle that far, and if they do, they're not really believed.
It's unfortunate.
It is. But if you lot are saying that your king is a necromancer, and you said about a year ago?
Yeah, he, well, it's like the former king's son. He came back, sieged the entire keep with just so many undead.
What didn't sound like it was a good outcome.
Boffin was there.
Who?
The halfling with us.
He's on the table in there getting looked at.
Ah.
I mean, I technically was too, but...
And... But you are here instead of there.
His
So
former
initial-
apprentice of the court wizard.
Former apprentice.
Honestly, apprentice is a really strong word.
She's just gonna kind of perk her brow and just... not my forte. But if you're running, or at least no longer there, unless you're playing
No.
some sort of long game.
God, no. I heard what was, well, overheard what was gonna come to Gatewatch, and figured trying my luck at escaping then and there was better than trying to come up with a plan elsewhere.
Hmm.
And get there in time necessarily to do much about it, but able to help at least.
Save my ass.
She's just gonna kind of look over each of you, and just kind of nod. You're sort of a ragtag group, I suppose. But if you're making some sort of headway,
Trying to get the word out about it.
were you headed to somewhere in particular?
Calderon.
Calderon. Good luck getting any of them to listen to you.
All we can do.
I
at this
mean,
point.
like, we have you, we have the captain back in
Lots of
Futile, we
content.
have the
So-
headmaster of the college who's a dragon.
She's gonna kind of blink at that and just
Oh, it wasn't common knowledge. Okay. So, not everyone knew.
I think you need to get your head checked, boy.
He saw it too.
Point
She's
is,
gonna look over at
there's-
Marius and Soliana.
point
questioningly.
is, yes, it did happen, but point is, we've got plenty of other voices to back it up. Not just the riffraff crew coming out of Gatewatch just looking to cry wolf or something.
Well, if that's the case, then I wish you good luck. More luck than I had. No,
won't listen,
Easter,
we'll
it
make them
certainly
listen.
can't be. Pardon?
They won't listen, we'll make them listen.
Well, I wish you luck with that. Hopefully, they'll listen to someone. And if you lot are coming from Greymore, and you've dealt with these things already, and if you have the backing of Captain Staros and apparently a dragon?
Big ol' shrug.
Well,
A lot
Well,
more questions. Trust me,
I'm-
we got a lot more questions than you could possibly think of.
I normally... I don't know.
You guys were questioning how she'd be able to get to Gatewatch in like a day.
That would explain.
It'd be magic or flying. She chose flying.
Not wrong, I guess.
At any rate, stick to the roads. And keep your eyes on watch. You may see small totems or little tied together bits of bone and dead branch. Carvings in dying trees. I hope that none of it has made it this far. But do watch out for it. It looks... It will look like an eye, sort of, with some sort of scribbled star-looking bit scrawled around it. If you find anything that looks vaguely like that, take note of it.
You mean, do you remember it enough to draw it out.
Do you have a piece of paper?
Boy, does he.
Boy, does he.
And a pen.
He has that also.
Do I?
I got so many gel pens. You want the sparkly ones or the regular?
Guys, I brought my binder. I brought my study binder.
Crack out the smelly markers.
This one smells like orange.
This one smells like Sharpie.
Yeah, no, he'll give her a piece of paper and either a pencil or a quill.
Thank you. She's gonna just kind of put the paper against her leg and just sort of lightly start scrawling out what she's
Do you
seen.
want a harder surface?
This is fine. This will work.
It's a bag of holding. Who knows? You might have a fold-up table in there.
It takes her just a minute or two before she finishes scrawling it out on the paper. Excuse me. This. If you find any totems, they are vaguely in this shape as well.
Well, appreciate it. We'll keep an eye out on it. Suppose maybe I'll do some digging around and see if I can find anything vaguely similar to this.
Best of luck. When I brought it up to my superiors, they said I must have been hallucinating. Accused me of being on the elven chamomile too much. You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
I do.
For which I... Well, it doesn't matter. I've been a teetotaler on that for a little while. Anyway.
Just tea.
No. Well, thank you for hearing me out and for answering my questions.
Oh, yeah.
Totally not creepy at all.
Yeah, that's that symbol is what Easter sketches out for you.
It's not concerning or creepy at all.
Does it immediately ring any bells?
Make a history check for me there. Hi, 15. It looks like a religious symbol you might be familiar with. One of the... It's a symbol that is sometimes used in some of the less pleasant magics. Things that deal with control or deception. The sorts of magics that Telek might find distasteful.
Imagine that he finds distasteful.
Yes.
Icky.
You don't know quite what entity it's supposed to represent, but it is supposed to represent or call upon one of them.
He's seen it around, doesn't know its origin.
Yeah.
Asked once, probably was brushed off.
If he was heard, it was pretended that he wasn't.
So just any other day.
Oh. Oh, no.
Oh, poor Edwin.
It's fine, he'll just file that away in his book.
Is there anything else I can do for you?
I don't think so.
Keep yourself as safe as you can, I guess.
I will do my best. If things... However things may turn, if we should cross paths again, thank you. And I hope that we do. And perhaps we'll have better news for each other then.
Hope so.
Give my regards to the ones of your company who are currently being seen to.
Speaking of, Marius, go get that leg looked at.
Yes, do.
All right.
Like, that is your leg. That's important.
It only
don't
hurt
know what-
when it bit me. That's all.
You don't know what Deepwood Spider Venom can do to you.
We don't, actually.
And we have a long way to walk, and it's like, if you guys were saying I needed new shoes that bad, you need your leg.
Marius can carry people, but people can't carry Marius.
We'll take just, like, all three of the, or all four of the rest of us just to, like, drag him.
Alright.
That said, if you need anything, any of you, spider parts are quite valuable.
Yeah, that did cross my mind.
If you don't know a ranger, I will be happy to assist you.
I mean, Gail is, but don't know if she's familiar with these as much.
Oh, so you do have a ranger among you. Well, from one ranger to another.
She's a Grim Knight?
Grim Knight.
I've vaguely heard of them. All right. Well, from one ranger to another. Rangers never die. And she'll get up, just kind of bow, and slowly walk back out.
And
It's a really kind of awkward thing considering what we saw the other day.
I don't think about it that hard, Edwin. I don't think that was the point.
I mean, no, it's probably not, but
Just don't think about it.
Alright, and as Easter leaves and Marius prepares to get his leg looked at, we're going to take a quick break and be back in about 15 minutes.
Kind of wee bit.
Yes, 15 minutes.
We'll be back real soon.
Get up, stretch your legs, etc., etc.
Yeah, we're back. Welcome back. We're back from our break. Glad to see y'all here. When we last we left off, a wounded ranger had met with the group, those of the group who are conscious at any rate, and discussed current events and whatnot, and took notes, kept notes, gave notes.
Mysterious symbol.
And odd, strange, mysterious twig-like symbols in the woods and whatnot, but we're going to get right back into it with all this time. Boffin.
Yeah,
You are...
unconscious.
You are...
Very.
As you lay in the infirmary bed, you find yourself walking down the halls of the tunnels of your home.
Oh.
It smells like fresh baked apple pie. It smells like roasted pork. glazed pecans. It smells like good tobacco wafting over the hills. And the wanderlust had stricken you, but man, you could really go for some food from home right now, and you're ready for dinner.
We're good, right?
You're ready for dinner. And as you turned the corner to the kitchen, the sidewall of the plastered and painted wall caves in, and out comes a massive spider to engulf you.
Oh, jeez, okay. Oh, I was just frantically searching for my weapons, but why would I have my weapons at home?
You don't.
Oh.
You're laying in the midst of a burning city.
Oh.
People laying around you in almost royal garb that you recognize as the King's Guard. You're the only one left alive among them. But their corpses are each grabbing onto you, trying to pull you down as they fall through the ground into Aspia below. These are some of the snapshots of dreams that you have while you're laying here. They're feverish.
Right.
And you can't really tell if it's a dream or not. When you wake up and there are clean linens around you, you are bandaged tightly, wearing a robe, and there are elves walking around. You hear people muttering. Voices, your vision's blurry. You're in an incredible amount of pain. But you appear to have all of your limbs.
Okay. Right.
You appear to be in a bed.
Just kind of lying there, breathing heavily, just very much in fight or flight mode, and if we're being honest, flight, but we can't move, so it's not ideal. Trying to remember what that happened, and because we don't necessarily feel secure because we thought we were home, but that wasn't fine. So if we don't know if we're awake or still dreaming, we just try and see if we see anything familiar. Just trying to blink until things get a little bit more in focus.
Sure, make a Constitution save for me.
Oh, jeez, okay.
No pressure.
If we had Constitution, we would have been in this problem in the first place. Oh, well,
If the
okay.
fighter-
Sorry. Oh, it was still good roll. Sorry.
All right. Well, the 19, you begin to shake off the fog, and you're confident that you are now in reality because in the dream you didn't feel much other than fear, and you're definitely feeling pain right now.
Ooh, and beyond that, I can tell it's a few hours past dinner time.
Your stomach is almost as achy as your body in general. So you look around the room, you see a woman bandaging up Marius across from you. So they're bandaging up a very purple leg quite tightly. You think you hear an angry voice. An angry woman's voice. And as you start to come to consciousness and your halfling sturdiness kind of brings you back into the land of the living, so to speak, you hear an angry woman's voice saying, "I don't care who you are or how long you've been with any free company or mercenary band. If you get a spider tooth this deep in your leg, you should be seeking medical attention immediately. It was not fine. It will not be fine. I'm going to have to replace this gauze 3 times the next 2 days, and you are not going to like the smell." Mary's
Oh,
Sorry, Mike was being glitchy there. I'm sorry for the trouble. I just didn't think it was that big a deal.
Boffin, as you're laying there, you see this woman look up from the leg, like, this deep.
That is pretty deep.
2 inches into your leg. You're lucky you still have the leg. Most spiders that size would have taken it off. And not even thanked you for the snack.
I might have taken a couple of theirs myself.
Look, being alive, winning a battle, is only worth it if you live long enough to enjoy the spoils.
That's sound reasoning.
A male elf walks up to your bed, Boffin, and looks down. You're awake.
Yep. Wish I wasn't. Actually, no. I mean,
that
had
could be
some
arranged.
food I really wish for. No, food's more important.
Well, you're gonna have to.
I do wish everyone was a bit more quiet.
He's gonna look behind. Food's more likely.
All right, I can live with that.
How do you feel?
I don't know how to answer that. Not
Poorly.
great. Yeah.
Like I just got eaten by a spider.
Alright.
Yeah. Everything either hurts or feels really weird or both. Like.
The venom should work itself off in the next couple of hours for the most part. You'll be fatigued for a day or two.
Am I gonna be able to move anytime soon?
Maybe another hour to move. You'll be able to move before then, but I recommend waiting. You do have some rather deep lacerations, kind of here, and he gestures towards your entire body.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, I guess I don't have anywhere to be, and I guess Marius is here. And any of my other companions here, and he's gonna try and turn his head to look around.
We'll bring them in a moment once we're sure that you're.
Okay.
The other fellow is still unconscious. He's going to have a. You have a remarkable constitution. He's probably not going to be so lucky, and that it's going to take him more time to recover. Not that he's dying or anything.
Did one of them get Edwin?
I don't know who Edwin is, but I don't have any other patients here.
Okay.
Wow.
The lady should be waking up soon as well. You're lucky. You could have very easily breathed your last in there.
Oh, don't like the thought of that.
No, I'm dead serious. Looking at your wounds, you were on the cusp of being unsavable.
Alright, well, I guess it's not my time yet, man.
Unless you have a proven track record for escaping death in this manner, I'd recommend you take it easy.
Not in this manner, no. Usually involves a bit more. It usually involves a bit more, escape.
Well, stayed a little bit long for that one, didn't you?
I don't know what I was thinking.
He's gonna pat your shoulder. It's a little painful. Alright. He's gonna go tend to his other patients. Shortly, though, you are brought a plate of... Let's be real, it's poultry and rice without a lot of seasoning.
It's fine, but we're ravenous, and we're not even sure if our taste buds are working right now anyway, so...
Everything tastes a little like spider.
Ew.
Yeah.
Just again, what does that even taste like?
Well, glad to see you're still lively, still hungry.
Yeah, I mean, how else am I gonna recover? So I guess I didn't get you too bad, did they?
Oh, it was
Sure.
just a small bite.
The nurse looks
Is it a
angry.
small bite, or are you just big? I think it's the same size bite I had.
Relative. Everything
Yeah.
is relative.
Is everyone else alright?
Oh, yeah. Well, Besides you and Gail, everyone else kind of fared out
Gail?
pretty well. Yeah, Gail's fine. She's
Okay.
sleeping it off.
Just confused when he said there was some other man that had injuries and wasn't talking about you or Edwin. Because I remember we rescued the woman, like she's fine, right?
There was a woman. There was another body there. Kind of just we dragged whoever was down in that basement over. So
Okay. We won.
To be honest,
They're all
they kinda-
they're all dead.
yeah, all dead.
All right.
Met a wonderful elf. She said we'd probably be able to get a little bit of money for it too. So
Yeah.
as unfortunate it is of the circumstances, with you and Gail taking hits like that. Financially, I think it might have benefited us a bit.
I mean, yeah, I better get
I'll take-
something for our trouble.
I'll take coffers over coffins, I'll tell you that.
Definitely.
Yeah, the food ain't too good either. I can see
No.
it.
Yeah. The sooner we can get out of here and eat some proper food, the better.
I think I could cook better. I suck at cooking.
You grew up on a farm, didn't you?
Yeah. It don't mean I was good at cooking.
I mean, that's fair. I mean, I shouldn't. I'm not much of a cook for a halfling either, but I mean, I'm sure I could eat plenty of non-halflings still.
But yeah, I'd like to get out of here and go get some real food.
And a couple minutes later, the rest of the group is brought in. Edwin and Soliana, you're both allowed back into the infirmary. Marius, the nurse, is finished with your leg and with fussing at you. She finds you more or less a lost cause in that regard. And Gale, at about this point, through cold sweats and reliving the last moments of fear over and over and over and over and over again, for what feels like an eternity, most of which you have mercifully forgotten, you begin to awaken as well. Make a Constitution save for me.
Okey-dokey.
Safe.
Probably just
safe,
standing
safe.
awkwardly outside the door while his nurse is just just chewing out Marius.
Hey!
Oh, hey, nice. All
All
right.
right, very good. Very good.
Hi.
There's a couple tough cookies.
18. Gale, you come to consciousness relatively quickly. You're sore, you're beaten, you're battered, but your body is kind of just refusing to succumb to the poison. The venom it's been coursing through you, but you're pushing through it. The soreness is, maybe it's your elven, half elven constitution. A lot of you have constitution.
We're a tough
I
bunch of.
Yeah, not Edwin.
You do.
Yeah,
Did anyone get the description of that wagon that hit me?
Yeah, it had 8
I'm
legs,
afraid.
Ow.
kind of phased in and out, and
Buffing all right.
Yep, I'm here. Thanks to you, a dashing knight that came to my rescue. Sorry that you kind of met the same fate I did, though. And thank goodness Harriet didn't take you either.
Glad to hear you sleeping beauties talking again.
Eric's laugh. Good to see that we're all here and we get all of them?
Yeah, we got all of them.
All that were present, anyway.
Apparently their
Okay.
parts are worth money.
Oh. Oh. I want their venom. Ha.
I think you've got plenty of their venom.
No. My head's still swimmy.
Take your time. Ain't no rush.
But I want the venom, and yes, some parts are valuable.
That's what that other elf was telling us.
Other.
Oh yeah, you were
Other.
saying something about that.
Yeah, we met with the one that we were told about before.
Oh, all right,
Ranger, undead bear.
all right. What do you
Darn, I
figure
missed
out?
her.
I know, right?
Strange, never seen you two in the same room before.
It's fine.
All right, but yeah, I trust y'all asked all the questions we would.
We can review that after you guys get out of here. Preferably over.
Yeah, that includes you too.
Let's take some
Fine.
time to rest after all that.
At least
Yeah.
rest over a seasoned meal.
I mean, we can. Two of us can maybe go find something for you guys. Don't they have food here?
That's like I said.
If you could
seasoned.
find some food, that would be lovely.
One of the nurses leans over. I said you could. The doctor said you could leave in about an hour. You can be patient.
I am a
Oh,
patient.
I already missed one meal.
You will not
Oh.
starve. We've done the studies.
We've done the studies.
I'm sure you'll be fine, Boffin. It'll be
There are
all
studies.
right.
It's,
Again, just like it gestures to the plate of food, like, isn't that food?
It's edible.
it's
So eat it.
That looks perfectly serviceable.
You don't
Trust
need
me.
like gourmet
Trust me,
food every
you're-
time you eat.
Will it tide you over for an hour?
Your body'll thank you later.
You almost got eaten by a spider, and you're more concerned about your food.
You're
That's
wrong.
precisely why I'm concerned about my food. Gotta get my strength back.
Ow, that hurts so bad.
You know what else does that? Resting.
I can do both. I can sit here and I can eat.
So why don't you sit here and eat that, and then when the doctor says you can leave,
I'm eating it.
They always complain about the food. It is protein and it is carbohydrates. The two things that they need to get better. But no, they always complain about it because, oh no, we don't care if we throw up in the hospital bed. It's only the nurses that have to clean it up.
Yeah, that's fair. Don't wanna.
Puff and eat the food.
Yeah, I'm eating it. I already said I was eating it. Look, I'm
Stop complaining, or she might actually kill you.
It's
Don't
always
pick up the
it's-
people that change your band-aids.
It's always the infirmary nurses you gotta watch out for. Oh. So the ranger the captain told us about. Did you find her or
Mm-hmm. Well, she found us.
Found each
okay.
other. Kind of good happenstance.
That's good.
I mean, we did cause a lot of commotion. I mean, dragging 3 unconscious people in here.
3? 3.
Sure.
Me
The,
and Boffin
The innkeeper's husband.
Oh, he's okay. Okay,
He's alive.
he's alive.
He's alive.
They both are.
Okay,
I think she's back there, and
I don't
still
know
a bit
why.
shaken.
I don't know
Very.
what happened after that blue 8-legged demon bit me.
There's a blue one.
There was a blue one, Boffin,
There wasn't even
and
one.
Face spider.
Who knows? Spiders could be that color.
it just appeared in front of my eyes.
Face bite.
I don't like that, Edwin.
Why?
Be happy it was just one and not a whole nest of them.
Uh-huh.
Oh, no, 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 no.
Oh, I guess that's not the only weird thing the spiders did. Did anyone else hear them talking to them? I think I mentioned that to you. Oh, you heard them too, Gail.
I'm
Okay,
sorry,
you didn't believe. It sounded like you didn't believe me at first.
I heard it.
Hey, there was some sort of intelligent thought in those noises.
All I heard was how much it hated us.
Yeah, no, it was gonna feed me to the master or something, but then it came back and bit me anyway, so don't know what that was about.
Yeah, one screamed murder at me when I put my sword through its head.
Good, you got
Understandable?
Yeah.
Edwin, Soliana, you didn't hear them?
I heard something, maybe. It just kind of jumbled up and
Because
everything else.
I definitely don't speak spider.
I don't either.
Odd.
I speak Elvish and Dwarvish and Halfling, but I don't speak Spider.
Oh, you speak halfling? I didn't know that. Nice.
Sure do.
Remember that. Yeah, not as talented, just halfling. I mean, common. Obviously.
I'm just gonna lay back now. She kind of picks her head up and just flops it back on the pillow.
yeah,
Ow.
honestly, like 3, you should probably actually stay here and actually get some proper rest.
Yeah, you should.
I thought I was
Soliana
dead.
and I can go get food if stuff here is really that bad.
I'm
Well,
sure
they said they would be
it's perfectly
dismissed in an
fine.
hour.
She shouldn't leave.
Oh, absolutely not.
I'm
Like,
sure that
technically
you
they can be
guys-
dismissed, but they shouldn't be dismissed.
Would like to get out into the sun again.
I will be listening to the healers myself. Because the
Fine,
last
just
time I
trade
didn't,
Pokemon.
I got lectured. That was a few years ago. I'm sure you can go grab something that's not, from like an actual tavern or something and be fine.
You want us to bring you something back?
We want
mean, I'm
to,
not
but I
gonna
think it's
say
already been
no.
established that might not be approved of by our jailers.
Healers.
Doctor,
I didn't-
at this point, is walking by you. And, both of you you are feeling some strength starting to return to you.
Okay.
It's getting better. The doctor looks down at you, Boffin.
Joke, I'm sorry.
Your
Thank
captor
you
is
for your
allowing you to
service.
leave and go eat your horribly unhealthy, extremely rich tavern food.
Oh, thank you so much.
Go ahead. He gestures for
All
you to
right.
stand.
Oh, okay, try and do that.
Make an athletics check for me.
Okay.
Oh no.
I think you made up that word.
See, I'm fine.
No.
I'm fine.
Your feet
the
hit
thought
the
of
ground.
food is keeping me going.
Your feet hit the ground, and for a moment you think you're going to lose what you did eat. It's the world goes upside down, right side up, and inside out in a moment. But you're up. You're actually moving is kind of helping that work through. And the doctor looks down at you and says, "Excellent, well done. make sure that you go for a quick jog before bed, and you will spend the most of tomorrow on light walks under the sunshine.
Right, jog. Right, walking. Right. You're a
There'll be plenty of
miracle worker,
walking.
Doc. Thank you.
If you throw up, keep doing it.
Okay.
There'll be plenty
You
of
say so.
walking.
Sounds right.
It's the let your internals do their job and clean all of that out of you.
Yep. Gail's gonna slowly sit up just to make sure she doesn't get sudden spider-induced vertigo.
All right. As you do stand, go ahead and make an athletics check for me.
Okay.
All right, 14. Yeah, you're a little woozy. You have to catch yourself on the bed, but yeah, you're up and at 'em. Well, not at 'em, but you're up.
They're at you.
Up and at 'em implies a level of vigor that you cannot currently exhibit. You will both have, if you haven't already marked it, because I don't think I remember to tell you last session, that
You mean before break?
No, before that.
Oh, before that?
You both should have a level of exhaustion from going down in the spider venom and all that.
All right, that's fair.
Okay.
Take it easy. We'll
Okay. Yep.
All right.
get some food. Get y'all a good night's rest.
Just all right, one step at a time. He's just gonna kind of like start like walking.
Doctor's just shaking his head. These people must be made of part dwarf flesh or something, as durable as they seem to be.
I think it's just stubbornness.
Oh yeah, I got plenty of that.
Always something to be
That
said for
said,
having
I
coffee.
wouldn't. That
You
said,
break a
wouldn't
leg, you
mind.
rest. You get eaten by a spider, you should rest.
That said, wouldn't mind just a little helping hand.
Boffin needs somebody to lean on.
Yes.
There is a tall pillar.
All right. Thank you, Marius.
The tall one and the short one.
Tall and small.
Name a more iconic duo. As you leave the infirmary, you find that the sun has set. The last bits of orange are illuminating the day, but only dimly, and the shadow of the tree wall blocks most everything. Most all the light, that is. But hey, the night is young.
It's fine. Go back
I
to sleep. We
vote-
just gotta get some
I
food
vote
first.
not going back to that one. Unfortunately.
And I'd say they'd be happy to see us, but I guess they're probably recovering too. So.
Yeah, that tavern is closed at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Though,
Posted
did you
guards
want to,
Yeah, I guess the spiders will still be there in the morning,
Well,
probably.
should we ask?
Ask what?
You wanted the venom, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
And
in position to collect it now.
oh, no.
I don't
No,
think so.
not right now. I'm stable, but I'm
That
Not
is
back to. I'm not back to field surgical precision.
that is tomorrow's problem.
Fair enough.
I'm.
We're gonna have a potency by tomorrow. Left in the decaying corpse.
What?
Like potency
It's
of the
still pretty
venom, is it still
fresh.
gonna be usable?
I
And I don't know. Apparently, without the doctor's help, it'd still be plenty of usable in us. It's knocked out.
Don't remind me.
That's actually a
Would
good point.
Gale know that?
Gale can make a nature check.
Okay.
Out of
Is your
character,
froggy brain-
out
Oh.
of character,
Oh.
Ezer did offer to help.
Oh yeah.
All right, 17. There would be very little loss from waiting a few hours or overnight. The edible meat would spoil if you were desperate enough to eat it in the first place. But it would probably be fine. I mean, it is
It'll be
stored in
alright.
a hard casing.
The venom will probably be fine. I mean, mostly I want some of it to make, an antidote with. Just in case. Just in case we come up against something like that again.
Not a
I
bad
don't-
idea.
I want to inject small
I-
amounts of venom every day for the next 2 years to slowly build my immunity to the specific spider venom. Sorry.
Honestly, to be fair, like immunity to face spider venom probably wouldn't be a bad thing.
No, probably not.
Been building immunity to iocane powder for years.
If I eat enough face
Additionally-
spider meat, maybe I'll be able to phase like a face spider too.
I don't know why, but that
Just
feels
to
gross.
Become spider.
Some weird reverse Spider-Man.
Spider. Eey. That's what we call an aberration.
And rightly so.
Well-
I wonder if we could use some of that ourselves.
Huh?
Treat someone else to what we want through. It's not that it'll work against undead, of course, but I mean, undead are controlled by living folk most of the time.
I mean, I'm sure we could probably try and get enough, but again, I will
And
be.
there were at least a couple of the spiders, and then you said there was the blue one too. So
Hypothetically, I should be better at doing it tomorrow, unless we want to ask one of the rangers around here if they can do it. But I'm sure I'll be fine enough to do it tomorrow. It'll keep. See
Yeah,
anywhere that looks promising?
and hopefully nowhere too far away.
Yeah, let's.
Any
Like
places
again,
that
we could have just
smell
brought
good?
you stuff. We offered like several times.
It's good to move around. I'm not stumbling yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were going to kick them out.
Then we'll be able to sit down somewhere, and then we'll be able to get beds too. So
Yeah, beds do sound good.
The nearest place that you can acquire a meal is the Chestnut Gauntlet. An oddly named establishment. But they appear to sell food, and they sell it now.
Do they have a chestnut eating contest? which their establishment is named after?
Yes.
You must throw down the Chestnut Gauntlet to eat chestnuts.
Survive the chestnut gauntlet. The rest of your meal is free.
it's sort of like a spicy food challenge. It's just like it's increasingly like hard nuts that will like literally break your.
Yeah.
Special prize for not losing any teeth. So, I assume you're going in.
Going inside.
Food first, then bed.
Yeah.
As you enter the
Hardly do it after order.
the place smells and sounds lively. There's a lot of people talking about the incident earlier in the day. Did you hear what happened? I mean, the giant spiders is the rumor. It's kind of what you're hearing. As you enter the barkeep, he looks at you. And the barkeep is a dwarf man. He's standing behind the counter. As he stands and greets you, an elven woman walks by, gives him a kiss on the forehead, and keeps going. His wife and fellow tavern keep. Well, good evening. You look like you've just been chewed on.
You ain't too far off there, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sounds about
that's
right.
about right.
You want a table, or do you want to sit here at the bar?
Yale's gonna look to the rest of y'all.
I think a table might do.
You sit down somewhere.
Okay.
Just sit down then. I don't want to talk to you anyways.
So, there are several tables out. I mean, everybody seems to be kind of glommed together around the bar and the tables directly around it because they're talking about the latest gossip. And yeah, so you find a seat relatively easily. There are a few options for your drinks. They have a good house brandy. There is Rook's Rest rum.
Ooh.
And there's on the menu is a wine, Umber Mount Sauvignon.
Oh.
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 Oh. Take the brandy.
And so, once you have ordered the meal of the night, because I cannot go a session without trying to describe food in a way appetizing enough to actually make people hungry.
Yeah.
Joke's on you, I'm always hungry.
There are your appetizer for the meal is stuffed potato skins, roasted potato skins with cream cheese, various spices native to the region, and bacon imported from Abdegard.
Imported.
A rabbit romaine salad. And then the entree is a pan-fried venison. With sliced new potatoes over a bed of what may be one of their last shipments of Grey Morin rice.
Oh.
And Grey Morin's sweet sticky rice is the dessert.
Home.
Oh, this was
Home food,
worth
yay.
this was worth being awake for.
That does sound good, actually.
Brandy and a steak. So divine.
I'm going to take it easy because I'm not sure how my stomach's going to feel after dealing with what we dealt with tonight.
You might be right, but all I know is how my stomach feels now. So
Empty.
Consequences are
Ow.
a later thing.
always,
Sounds like a future problem.
yeah.
But yeah, but if you eat too fast and then you throw up, then you just don't. Then you don't get to eat it. And then it's gone.
Yep.
I'll be careful.
Just
I want to savor it.
small bites.
As you do partake of your meal, you find that your appetite grows as you eat, as your body wants to take in calories to heal from your wounds, both large and small. As the meal goes on, though, one of the other patrons, a half-elf man, is bold enough to lean over and Where you come from?
Mm?
Where you from? What's your story? You're not from around here.
Yeah.
No, not.
Are we not?
We're from out east. We're
It's a long, long story. We'd be happy to tell any other time.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine and all. Did you hear about the trouble earlier in the evening?
Mhm.
Heard about it.
The spiders?
The rumor says they're spiders. Yes, he's clearly
Oh, rumors.
leaning in, looking for something.
Rumors. Ow.
Rumors.
Ow. Rumors.
Perhaps those rumors are not as exaggerated as one might think.
That depends
Okay.
how exaggerated they got already.
I'm gonna level with you. Were you involved? You said a bunch of travelers were
Who-
involved.
Who's asking? Gale's
An off-duty
laughing.
watchman.
Him, he's asking.
I'm asking. I'm curious. There's spiders under the city. I want to know. My wife lives here.
You know, there were
You'll
Four of
have
'em.
to,
My kid's
Yep.
playing the tunnels.
you'll have to excuse me. I'm still
She
getting
got-
He was
over
bit. He was bit. He was also bit.
We just
Uh,
came
we-
from the
we-
infirmary and we haven't
we-
eaten yet.
Yeah, we already. Actually, no, I was unconscious for that part.
Yes, we were involved directly.
So out of character, we did, like, members of the guard did already, like, come and check it out. So.
Yes.
Yeah, but,
But maybe not him.
They're dead, though. The spiders are dead. Very much dead.
Yeah. The watch doesn't necessarily tell every Tom, Dick, and Harry in the watch what's going on. Judgment calls aren't always their best quality. But he. All right. So they're dead on your account.
Mm-hmm.
By our actions.
just points to Mary's. He cut one's head off. Pretty
Dead.
violently.
Violence of action.
Is there any other way
Just
to
came
take
out of
something set
nowhere,
off?
and I mean, like he was down the hall before, and then he was there, then he just like immediately turned around and left again. No word, no nothing. He
That was a lot.
Glad you all are upright and above ground.
We're sure glad about that too.
Know you
Very
smiling
much
at the
so.
deserts today. And he's gonna clap you on the shoulder, Marius, and walk away.
How hard was it, and how little did Marius move?
Not terribly hard, and I would say not at all. Like, a surprisingly small amount. It would have been enough to sting either of the other two injured.
Really,
I'm not injured.
yeah.
We're
Really,
glad
I'm
to still
great-
be here.
Yeah. Right, yeah, very grateful, right? And already said thanks to Miss Knight there, but and thanks for the rest of y'all for coming and getting, I guess, both of us.
Yeah.
That ain't nothing.
We're not gonna leave you down there.
No.
Gale's just kind of nodding appreciatively. That's the spirit. That's the sort of thing. That's the sort of thing that we look for. As she just kind of pats her fist against her chest.
This isn't recruitment, right?
No.
Didn't that one ranger say something about something the rangers say that was weird?
What?
Rangers never die.
Rangers never die.
Oh, that's soccer.
Yeah, it's a little
Huh. Oh. My grandma always said that they had that. Sometimes she'd hear the rangers say that to each other.
That is
Kind of
odd
a-
saying. Like everybody dies. Like no matter what, necromancers, wannabe liches, and vampires might hope.
Maybe it's more of a metaphorical thing. You know, like
It's
like the
like
spirit of the
Rangers
Rangers
will
can
always
never
be around.
die.
I mean, I guess that's maybe true enough.
I mean, that
mean-
makes more sense than the literal. I mean, what, you join the Valerian Rangers and suddenly you're immortal?
That would be
Yep.
nice.
You don't
You know, we
You
live a
don't
long
know
time,
what-
but like, not that long.
you don't know what wood elf tradition. Any of you?
I'm a high elf that
No.
has hardly ever left Philibond.
I grew up on a farm.
I don't know much about the elves, honestly.
Not
I mean,
not a lot of my knowledge of most. I'm most familiar with how they're portrayed on stage.
No.
Gail's just gonna kind of she's not insulted, but she just kind of laughs and just okay, all right. Well, I mean, I'm half from two halves, but you know, half elf stuff is weird like that. But I mean, you know, a lot of grandma always said that a lot of wood elves, whenever one of them passes away, you know, they usually get a little plant in their memory. I wouldn't be surprised if some of the rangers have something similar going.
That's a nice thought. I guess it's definitely good that we recovered that one then.
I mean, it was a couple decades ago, but you know, grandma showed me where some of her ancestors are memorialized, and those are some really big aspen trees now. I'm just gonna say that. So maybe it's something like that.
Maybe.
In which
Grandma's a tree?
case it makes sense. Bah. What do I know?
Yeah,
What do I know
the
about
rest of
the
us?
most
So
of us? What do I know about the
Makes
Valerian?
sense to me.
I mean, for all I know, it's just a parting wish, you know, or just a bit of a
Yeah.
farewell sort of thing.
Right.
Good way to honor them.
Yeah, the Grim Knight's got any sayings like that?
A few. You'll have to excuse me while above table I try to think of anything.
That's fair.
Yes, we absolutely do. Let me just
We do, and they're good ones too.
We have so many good sayings. I can't tell you any because I have to look through my book to find the right ones.
So many.
They're huge.
Huge.
Oh.
You can tell us when you're less fog brain.
yes, we
Yeah.
do. Insert saying here. Oh
Right.
man, Gail, that's such a good saying. That's amazing.
So profound it changed my life, and I'm just the DM. Like,
I mean, there's I can't think of a parting one right now, but
No, I didn't mean that.
we do have.
Generally, just meant like mottos, sayings, that sort of thing.
Well, she's just kind of giggling a little bit. There is one, since we're the dead hunters,
Yeah.
often amongst us will, if somebody's being chicken, we'll tell them to dig their spine back up and put it back in.
Oh, yes. Are all Grim Knights have money?
We think it's funny.
Mhm.
Some people
Much-
don't, but
You could say you are all a lot more grim in your sayings.
He's gonna keep eating the food.
Height of comedy, dang it.
We're gonna sip a little more into that brandy.
People that can't even hear you are groaning and they don't know quite why.
Just a unanimous.
One dude in the corner randomly and for no reason that he's aware of just laughs.
Oh no, that's Dave. Dave does that like every 30 seconds. Don't worry about it.
It's a condition.
What were those like spiders doing under there? I mean, I don't. Is this actually not related
That's
to
a
Orthane's
good question.
activities? Because I
I mean,
they weren't
kind of
undead spiders.
theorize. No, they weren't undead spiders, but I mean, like, theorizing they could just be getting away from something. I mean, again, if things are trying to push in, and they're gonna move away from it.
Apparently, that ranger said that she'd been keeping an eye on the undead and happenings around for 6 months already.
Really?
Fun about it
Really
too.
didn't waste much time planning this.
I imagine he had this planned at least partially when he took Greymore.
Oh, yes, that's a.
Somehow that wouldn't surprise me. Starting to feel better at least.
That's good. And yeah, good food, good company. He'll do that.
Getting up and moving around. Don't
Oh,
Did-
right. I'm supposed
she-
to do a jog before I go to sleep.
I'll jog with you, Boffin. I gotta move
Alright.
around too.
All right. I
don't.
All three of you guys
Okay.
can. See how many laps you can do around the something.
I'm pretty sure Marius will beat us both. He's got the long legs there.
I'm a better walker than a runner. I'll say that.
Well, y'all have been doing plenty of that the last few days.
Did you guys happen to get that ranger's name?
Is bro.
It was like Yisra or something. Yursa? Yurisra? I don't know.
There was definitely a Y in there.
I'm not too good with names.
Gesundheit.
And she did say she was of the Thanorn Rangers.
Okay.
Yes.
Was stationed
Alright,
up
well,
this way.
Haven't
So
really
when we
been down
have,
that
I
way.
guess, one more person who knows what's been going on.
Yeah, she's suspected for a while.
I mean, if
Another
she's known
person
for
we
that long,
can
why
use.
hasn't anyone done anything about it?
Well, they didn't believe her.
Oh, that's
What,
a shame.
And like, why would someone just make that up? Just like, and she's a freaking ranger. I mean, they sound like a pretty important institution. I can't imagine rangers are known for fibbing about things.
I mean, those Grey Morgan ones aren't.
Yeah.
I can't imagine the Valerian ones are.
I mean, people don't
Something-
really want to
something.
think of incoming disasters.
There is that.
I mean, sure,
I'm
but I
sad
mean,
Adam
how else are
died.
you going to deal with him?
When it
You
becomes a
wait
problem.
for it to show up, I guess.
And it'll be worse.
I mean, people from Gatewatch who were right then and there were just like camping just outside of town.
Yeah,
Wait for it to grab
that
your ankle
was-
from the grave.
that wasn't
Huh?
reasonable of them either.
No, but people don't want to think about
No, they really don't.
Fear brings out a lot of irrationalities in some people.
I mean, this
Denial.
even took the Greymorns by surprise, didn't it?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's not like we heard like rumors that the prince was amassing an army. Like he just showed up one day. Unless you're saying that someone had noticed and someone else just ignored it.
it. We'll never
No,
really know.
Saying if you heard a rumor that the missing prince, who no one's seen in however long, was definitely amassing an army, like, how much thought would you honestly give to that?
Well, that and he mentioned that, like, news from Greymore doesn't really reach out this far anyways.
Oh.
They had no idea that he really even was a necromancer.
That's unfortunate.
So if they didn't know that, then yeah, well, why would they take, like, the sayings of a few roaming undead?
It's a good thing we're here, man.
Well, I guess that makes what we're doing all the more important.
And I mean, if they're not going to believe one of their own rangers, don't know what they're going to trust
Then
us
maybe
for.
maybe a bunch of Greymorans will
Maybe saying,
change their
Gail, you
minds.
said that you lot are used to people ignoring your warnings too.
Oh yeah. A lot.
But I mean, they also have two people who are actually there.
I mean, if they believe us about that.
Yeah, there's
Probably
that.
you can dig around heads easy enough and get front row seats.
I would be remiss for not jumping in to point out the absolute horror of that statement.
The
Apologies, Karen.
implication.
Okay, I can't be hearing things. Edward, what did you say? Digging around in heads? Pardon?
Just magic, looking at what memories and stuff.
Oh, actually,
Is that a common
that-
thing in the castle?
Not in the castle. I mean, they have mages who can do it.
it seems
What's
awfully.
more evidence than the eyes that were literally there?
It's terrifying.
It really is.
That's typically kind of frowned upon.
Yeah, and I had heard there was magic
Isn't
that can make you tell the truth, but I mean that seems. But like to actually go and dig around in your head, that doesn't.
I mean, the wording.
Yeah,
certainly
it's
makes
the
it
more
sound a lot
unsavory
worse.
kind of magic that a lot of people deal with, but it exists.
What you're saying? We just like volunteer to.
Why not?
That's assuming that they have anybody willing to use that.
Let's hopefully they'll believe us, and I mean maybe they'll have the truth magic sounds a bit more savory.
I would rather than
Not
take us at our
safe,
word.
it's just maybe not private.
We'll call it a last resort.
If they want
Yeah,
proof, that's proof.
I guess you're right.
Yep.
Don't see how you can
Yeah.
still ignore something after that,
Bit hard to.
unless there's magic that could mess with your minds too.
Oh, no, think about that.
exists.
And Edwin, that just slight headache there. That's odd.
Hmm.
That's nothing, right?
No wonder it takes y'all so long to learn magic. There's just like endless number of things magic can do, apparently.
Fascinating, actually.
That is the nature of magic.
comes up with this?
Sure it is.
Wizard.
Historically, mostly wizards.
Yeah, but like, why though?
More the question is, why not?
I don't know. You can go as far as like summoning just a cat to summoning a demon. Why not?
Boffin still has food in front of him, right? Oh, hang on. I don't know if I have. I don't think I have that spell.
What are you doing? Don't mess with my food.
No,
That's
I was
how you
gonna.
end up with a fork in
I don't
your
have
hand.
prestidigitation. I thought I did for some reason. I
Just
think I'm getting my
casually
characters mixed
poisons
up.
Boffin's food.
Truly the greatest. The
She does have
tamper with a
druidcraft though.
halfling
Is there
skill.
is there like is there a flower vase or anything like that on the table or around?
Yeah, there's a little vase in the middle of the table with like a little tulip or something.
Boffin is like, but why though? And Soliana just reaches over and taps the petals of the tulip and casts druidcraft to make it all big and like grow even prettier.
Okay, sure, but like that's neat. Like that's like nice. It's different than thinking, my boy, I better think of a spell to poke in people's heads, or you know what? I'd love to have a dancing skeleton. Like, no, why?
I feel like that's a bit reductive.
I don't know. For all I know, that's how it started.
Unsavory.
There's always someone willing to take power and turn it around for awful reasons. I mean,
There is a spell for making objects dance.
and what's a skeleton? But an object or a bunch of objects.
Well, it was a person.
Was.
Make your clothes dance while you're wearing it. Could you teach it choreography, like the spell?
At that point, you might as well just use an unseen servant and put clothes on it.
Oh, that is brilliant. Why haven't we thought of that before?
Tomato soup, and you cast mending on it.
You can't
Get a
you can't give it any
tomato.
lines, but
I've
the
heard.
wonder-
I don't know, Soliana. Have you seen what some of the devotees can do? They can make their voice come from like way over there, as she kind of points backwards towards the far corner of the room with her thumb.
Well, that's an easy one if you know how to do it.
Well, that would
Or make
That
it
would
sound
give-
really loud.
performers who are not physically talented in performing, but perhaps vocally talented in performing a whole new medium of being able to act. Oh, we could call it voice acting.
Like, do you guys at least use illusion magic?
Yeah.
Okay, you have like the basics down.
Well, it sort of depends because some of the old school crowd prefer their props and effects to be
Practical.
practical, yes. And
It looks
some
better that
do
way.
and yeah, see? And some think that there are limits to practical effects and prefer to compensate or improvise or even come up with effects all their own with magic, and some people don't like it. It's called casting GI. I couldn't think of something fast enough.
Stefan Spellberg intended for Draconic Park to be entirely practical effects. The magical effects are you can spot the magical rendering issues.
Well, perhaps Georges Lucas shouldn't have added it to his masterpiece then, making it even more popular throughout the
entire thespian rings. I'm picturing her like turned around in her seat with like someone from like across the bar, like, across the tavern.
Look,
This
I
just
just
went way
want to
out of
watch
my
a
league.
troupe produce the original script as it was intended before he got all high on the smell of his own success. That's all I'm saying.
Well, sadly, production of those are very hard to come by because the script is guarded heavily. And
Gil's
many
just offended.
people find the way that the scenes are blocked to be completely out of date.
Gail's gonna kind of lean over to Marius and just, Marius, do you understand any of this?
I've heard rumors he's writing prequels.
No!
Look,
This is going way over my head.
when she gets like this, it's best to just let her.
At least Stefan Spielberg had the decency not to ruin any of his masterpieces with prequels.
Your best's probably just shoving cotton balls in your ears and not worrying too much about it.
Greymoor's got some good moss for that. But okay.
I mean, there's a spell for that too. You can just silence everything.
As the night,
Deafening quiet.
as the
Great for relaxing.
night drags on, you find that somebody has paid your bill for dinner, and
Oh.
the dwarf says to you, they said that there's a couple of rooms for you over at the Hang Tat when you're to turn in. Across the way over there.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I didn't pay for it.
Do you know
Thank
who
you for
did?
telling us. And
I've
thank
been
you for
sworn
the
to
wonderful
secrecy.
Very well.
food. And thank you for the meal.
Excellent.
After learning of your exploits, they will give you a small to-go serving of the sweet sticky rice each.
Nice.
Oh, thank you.
Aw.
We'll cherish it.
So, Edwin, it does genuinely kind of taste like what your mom would make on special occasions.
Yeah, that's fine. He's not thinking about that right now.
He can try not to all he wants.
He can try not to all he wants, but that's back of the mind worries again.
We're just going to have you roll an emotional devastation check.
We're all going to be rolling
Fair
wisdom
enough.
saves against all this compartmentalizations we are doing. We all want in the middle of combat and just have a breakdown like
Just
a
start
Dahlia.
crying.
Goblin's like, are you good? Do you need to talk
No.
about something? And as we begin to prepare to turn in for the night, I think that's where we're going to end it for this evening.
All right. Okay.
So thank you guys for joining us. We will be back next Friday with another exciting episode as perhaps maybe we learn a few things about Edwin.
Ooh.
Fun
Right.
stuff.
Swear to God, you
Hey,
touch
you
a
ain't-
hair on his head, I will find you.
Anyway, good night, guys. Thanks for joining us.
Night chat. Thank you for joining us.
Right.
Do the like, comment, share, subscribe,
Yes,
join
all
Discord,
of that.
all the things.
Etc.
All right. Night.